It's Chris.
Big Chris.
What up? What up? What up, Art? How you doing?
Great, man. Great. Good day to be alive.
I know that's right. What does your hat say?
First choice property solutions.
First Choice Property Solutions. Now, how did you come up with that name?
I don't know. Just came up with it. Wasn't gonna let it stop me.
I like that it's property solutions. Not saying we gotta buy your house, not saying anything in specific, but we bring solutions to your property.
Solutions. That's it.
Naming your company is important, especially for marketing. Do people feel like you know that your company's trustworthy when they first start talking to you and stuff like that?
I honestly didn't had more than a few people tell me like, "Oh, I think I didn't heard of that company."
Oh wow, you guys are good. Just keep a good name.
Yeah, I'd honestly be thinking this because it's kind of like first choice. That's like a common thing. So I think they just be confusing me with other people, and I just roll with it. Like,
Just
yeah,
like
that's us.
just like here in St. Louis, it's a guy named Chris running TV ads, radio ads, all kind of stuff. And they be like, Chris, oh, I seen you on TV. And I'm like, you ain't seen me, but long as he keep a good name, we
Yeah.
good. Gonna keep the party going. Nothing wrong with that. So yeah, the name makes a difference. Because we basically use a trade name of St. Louis Cash Buyers, which is good for when we're here in St. Louis. But we also, if we do something out of town, we have some other company names. Like we have Pretty House Management, Pretty House. Even if your house is ugly, it's pretty when we get to it. Stuff like that. So we just try to make it roll off the tongue. But I like that. The Choice Property Solutions. But Homes, Justin Holmes, he got buy your home, sell your homes with Justin Holmes. No matter if you wrong or if you on the phone. And happy birthday, Justin, again. He out here celebrating.
Happy birthday, bro.
How's it feel to be 21 finally? You can finally go to
Appreciate you, good brothers.
How old are you, bro?
31.
31.
you an old head now.
Man.
31. Damn.
The big 3-1.
I mean,
Fish was a whistle.
do you feel 31 or do you feel like you're in your prime?
31 is the prime. I feel like I'm stronger than I've ever been.
No, that's right. They say your prime is like 33.
Oh,
Yeah,
snap.
I wouldn't doubt it. Honestly, I think if you 40 years old, I don't know. A lot of guys don't really be active enough to really know when they are peaking and stuff. So as far as like working out and just physical, I feel like I'm stronger than I've ever been. I feel like I'm the sharpest I've ever been, the most wise I've ever been. So, if I keep going and get better, it's gonna be hard to go backwards, honestly.
You're gonna age like fine wine. I don't know if you saw that thing that was on social media. Lil Jon, like 52 years old, and won this weightlifting contest or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for his age bracket,
He won.
for his age bracket.
He won. Who was supposed to go against a different age bracket?
He not going against different age brackets. He going against his age bracket.
That's what he's supposed to go against.
Right. He ain't going against everybody though.
No, how you gonna come up with a caveat for him? He beat his group, his peer group.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, well, happy birthday, like I said. Are you driving?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna leave you alone so you can drive, so you can be safe. You can just listen in. So back to the road. But yeah, this
As far as 33 go, I just turned 33 a few months ago, man. I don't feel like I'm in my prime yet. I feel like I'm just getting better and better every year for real.
yeah. I mean, how did you feel in your 20s though?
Like a dummy.
And that be real. In the 20s, a lot of people be lost in the sauce, especially when it comes to business, real estate, life, understanding how to solve problems, not crashing out, worrying about stuff. all the things, we have to grow up out of. It all comes good. Anything good happen for you this week in the world of real estate, Art?
Yeah, some good stuff happened. Got some stuff back on a couple of my deals that I got under contract. One of my deals that I got sub to, they're the bank responded back, and long story short, they're about to lower the payment for the next 3 years. It's like 400 is what they lowering it, and then they're going to do that for 3 years, and then after the end of that 3 years, it jumped back up 300. So it's at that point it's going to be still $100 less than what it is currently.
So on that loan modification, did you request to have the loan payment changed, or did they give you an option for that, or how did that go?
I just told the seller to call in and tell them they want to do a loan mod, and then this is what they came back with.
Because whenever I've ever called and spoke to the bank, they always say, can you continue the regular payment that you have, or do you need a reduced payment? They'll ask them that.
To my knowledge, that wasn't asked at all. She just called in and told them that she want to apply for the loan mod or loss mitigation. I forget which one she actually said or which one I told her. But then this was they just responded back out the blue this week with that. So that's a good thing.
Better than going into foreclosure, ain't it?
Oh yeah. And I was prepared to move forward with it with the way the payment was. So finding out I'm gonna have an extra 300 or 400 cash flow is really nice.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Get that money. So yeah, I see that they have loan modifications where they'll actually change the loan. I've seen them extend people's loans up to 40 years. I've seen them do what's a partial claim, called a partial claim, where they just take those arrears and put it on the back of the loan as a silent second, a non-interest bearing second lien position. So I guess every bank has different programs. That's why I always tell anybody that's dealing with foreclosures or dealing with people that's behind on their payments, contact the bank. Just say what options are available. Ask them what programs they have. Because if you don't ask them, they won't tell you a lot of times. You'll be thinking that, I'm behind and that's it. And I'm like, no, call the bank. Because they got a program for you. They just never tell you about it.
Yeah.
They'll let you be late for matter of fact, I found out when I spoke to a lady a couple of weeks ago in regards to doing a loan modification at the bank that was with Guild Mortgage. They said, I had to ask the lady, how often or how much can they be behind before you can't put it in arrears? Guess how much she told me? 30%. Up to 30% could be put on the back of the loan. That's crazy.
Wow.
So if you got a $200,000 loan balance, you could literally put $60,000 of that on the back of the loan, late fees, all of that stuff. That's crazy.
Good to know.
So that comes almost back full circle to when we doing wholesale transactions. We like that 30% discount. Maybe that's where that came from. I don't know. Or maybe that's something to do with that. Everybody likes 30% off. What do you think about that, Art?
Hey, if whatever the numbers is, man, I don't make it. I don't make up the rules. Just trying to learn and just play the game.
So if you come across $1 million property, you could literally put $300,000 on the back of the loan and catch their loan up. That's crazy. Up to is what she said. Because I was thinking it was like, maybe 10% or, something. I didn't know, some numbers. So I said, let me just ask her since I got her on the phone. What's the most you can put on the back of a loan in a case like this, in a loan modification and or partial claim? 30%. I said, that's wild. And I'm only putting a little 2% or 3%. I'm like, wait a minute. I don't know if I want to waste that. I might just need to pay these arrears and keep that in an ace of spades for later if we need it, if another pandemic happened.
That's a good point.
Because, it's a thing, things be happening out here with people, especially if you're doing traditional rentals. Art, would you ever do a traditional rental?
No, still, no. I can't say never.
Section 8, none of that stuff?
I won't say never, but as of right now, man, the rent to owns is just too good for real. It's like why go against the grain? It's just working out. Justin just got his first rent to own check, man. Like This is awesome.
Justin just closed a wholesale deal. You telling me he got a rent to own check too? He doing a lot.
Man, it is out here.
We're gonna have to give him a week off. He working too good. He ain't even heard me. So yeah, this game is wide open for those who apply themselves. You can definitely find out, what's going on out here. For me this week, Friday, I closed a wholesale deal that was waiting in limbo since I don't know springtime. I guess we could say.
Damn.
A round of applause. Hold on. Do I got a clap or something on here?
Congratulations.
Congratulations. $10,100 wholesale deal on that one. Got two more in the pipeline about to close up here in the next couple of weeks. And two more deals under contract. So, we cooking. Got one out in Lake St. Louis, one out in Baldwin, Missouri. We cooking. And then there's always stuff, coming down the pipeline as well. So that's the whole thing is keep the pipeline full, talk to the people, find out what they need, find a way to give them what they need while simultaneously getting what you need. And we'll make a deal out of it. So,
yes, sir. On another one of my a separate sub 2 deal from the one that we were previously just talking about, the seller just moved out yesterday. Our agreement on that property was I was going to give her moving expenses plus $4,200 at closing, and then it's a hybrid deal. So I'm taking over the loan of about approximately $150,000, and we did a note for $30,000 that I was going to pay her $100 a month on for 300 months or whatever it was. It was crazy. But long story short, I had a contractor go out, look at the repairs that are needed, and then I was able to negotiate 12 grand off of that 30 that we agreed to. So now I'm gonna be paying this for 180 months, $100.
So wait a minute. So you got a discount after you was already supposedly locked in with a certain number. You got a reduction before you even close. Am I getting that right?
Yeah. Does this count as the deal after the deal or not yet?
Almost. That's a deal before the deal, after the deal. So how did that negotiation go? Did you have to prove it to her, bring your contractor and say, hey, tell her what you told me? Or you just told her, hey, my contractor said this, and that. We need a price reduction. How'd you do that?
I just text all of this to her and like, hey, these are all of the repairs that my contractor has found. This is about how much it's going to cost us to do. Still interested in the property, but I would like to take the repairs off of the amount that's owed. She said no problem.
She didn't even bat an eye.
No, because she's still heading to foreclosure, so she ain't got a whole lot of options, and she don't have a lot of equity, so she can't do a cash deal. She wanted to, she can't.
So when you were negotiating originally with this particular seller, did she wanted to do a cash deal? How did you break the bad news to her that a cash deal won't work?
I didn't have to because it was other wholesalers or investors talking to her, and they were offering basically loan balance and lower than that. So I was telling her, she was telling me the price that she really wanted, and I told her we could do that if we worked all of these other things out.
So nobody else hit her with a creative option. Just they hit her with a lowball cash offer. You said, hey, I'm gonna put a little money in your pocket and help you out in real life.
Correct. I solved all her problems. She didn't have moving expenses. She needed originally we were gonna do, I was gonna give her the money to moving expenses, and then the money she needed to move into her apartment, which was gonna be the first month's rent, all of that good stuff. It was gonna be, that's why we came up with the 4,200. But yeah, she ended up saving up her own and came up with her own in the meantime, because we've been under contract for like 2 or 3 months or whatever. So basically, after we get it closed, she's gonna be up $4,200 in her pocket. And I'm okay with that. I paid $400 for the moving expenses yesterday.
So she already moved out.
She moved out yesterday.
And so you can start showing this property and seeing what kind of interest there is for tenant buyers to move in.
Yes.
So all in to buy this house, what are you going to be out of pocket?
So between the 4,200 I'm paying her, the 400 for moving expenses and closing, like 6,400, somewhere around there.
And this property valued at approximately what?
Like 215, somewhere around there.
So 215, and you're gonna come out of pocket about 6,400. What about did you get the did you fill out the application for your tax returns and stuff and your make sure they're gonna approve you for the loan?
No. We ain't gonna be doing that. We ain't gonna be doing that.
You don't want no loans in your name?
No, I got one. I got one in my name, but I don't want no more.
So you're gonna take over her property, leave the loan in place, transfer the deed, buy the house subject to, and your exit strategy is to put in a rent to own tenant buyer. Is that correct?
Correct.
Now, what do you think you're going to get from a tenant buyer in regards to a down payment to move in there and get the keys?
I believe I'm gonna get all the money that I'm into it out either at close. I mean, when that person moves in, ideally, if I could do this before I close on it, that's what I'm trying to do. But long story short, I feel like I'm either gonna get all of that money back up front or in a very short, like couple months. I think I'll get it. I think 6,400. I'll get that back up front for sure when a tenant buyer move in.
And does this house? I mean, you think somebody will take it as is, or is going to have to be a bunch of work done to it?
I think somebody definitely take it as is for sure because I have other properties in less desirable locations and that needed more repairs, and I was able to place tenant in those. So this is a better property in a better neighborhood with less repairs. I'm definitely confident on getting somebody in there.
So if somebody dropped you 20,000, you'll just sign it off. You wouldn't even think about it.
I guess I'll take 20. I guess I'll take 20.
A high dub won't hurt. Make you feel better on a house you never had to qualify for. That all helps, right?
I feel pretty good about that.
What kind of interest rate does she have on that loan you're taking over?
It's like a 3.2 or something.
What?
Yeah, no lie.
So a 3.2% interest rate, something you basically cannot get today in 2025. You're getting basically a half discount on the interest rate. That's crazy.
Like you said, can't even get it in this day and age.
Even when they do this supposedly interest rate drop in 10 days, they say on the 17th of September, they claim the interest rate's going down. They ain't going that low though.
They're going that low for sure.
If they go at anything, they're pressing to get it down lower. Do you think that's going to have an impact on the real estate market if they really do reduce the interest rates like they say?
I think depending on how much they reduce it, it can have an impact for sure because like we're kind of like in a buyer's market a little bit right now, and I know it depends on everybody's market is different across the depending on different dynamics, but the market has cooled off in my area for sure because the interest rates. So if we go lower, that'll help. But really though, even with the interest rates being up, a good agent is telling these people you can negotiate more concessions. So it don't really matter.
Do agents really be negotiating though?
Some of them.
Just a few make it do what it do. So I definitely understand that.
Look, it's 3.125, bro. Here you go right here.
Woo!
Can you see that? Hold on. Let me see.
3.125% interest rate. And people be like, oh, damn. But you ain't have to pull your your bank statements out and your W-2s and tax returns and go through all that stuff to get this. How much more time is left on her mortgage? Is it a long time left still, I guess? 25 years or something maybe?
Let me see.
Because I've taken over one that's got 15 years on it left. I'm like, dang, bet. Because, the first, 12 to 15 years, you're paying mostly interest on these 30-year mortgages anyway. So it kind of helps to have a little time on your side. Debt pay down, principal pay down.
I don't have that information readily available.
Oh, that's cool. So let me see. I was going to let you see a house that I got under contract here. Friday. I just started marketing it. Ugly little. I don't want to call it the ugly house, but it is kind of whoop. He got a dog in there, and it kind of little stanch in there. So this is the it's got like a little wraparound balcony. That's the front of the house. That's one of the bedrooms, and they got all this stuff in there. And the guy already moved out into a nursing home, so it's somebody else that's handling his estate. So yeah, they're gonna liquidate it. He got a bunch of cars and stuff too. He got a bunch of guns as well. There's actually they think they took about 15 guns or something like that out of this property already. But he got a lot of other stuff still in here. Oh, that's a little cute little bar there. I didn't even see that sign when I was there, even though the picture was taken. 2-car garage, split level. That's that patio. I think this whole thing will have to end up being ripped down. So it needs quite a bit of work on this property, but it's in a good area. It's actually out there where Nelly got a house at Lake St. Louis, where he had a house. I don't know if he still does, but he used to have a house out there.
Is St. Louis a big city?
Not really. This is out way like if you lived in St. Louis and you was like, hey, I got, I play baseball or something, or I'm making like millions of dollars, I would live out of Lake St. Louis. That's kind of what this area is. Like somewhere like that. I guess that's a good way to describe it. But carpet need to be pulled up, replaced. It needs a full rehab. There's no question about it. It needs at least $100,000 or more, I think.
I see it was a safe in that last picture.
A safe? Let's see.
2 pictures ago. Yeah, that one. That's a safe up there, ain't it? On that top shelf?
No, them just boxes.
Oh.
It wouldn't surprise me though, because they had a lot of stuff in there, and it still is a lot of stuff in there.
So what's the deal on this one? This
is a cash wholesale deal. There was a busted pipe in this basement bathroom, so there's some mold. Ooh, they can see the mold on the picture there. A little bit of mold kicking in right there. If you can see that, up in the upper corners and down here on the floor too. So this whole bathroom would have to be redone anyway. All the bathrooms would need to be redone, in my opinion. So somebody would have to come put some stupid money in. And the thing that's going to cost more than all of this, let me switch Justin on. I muted him. So it's a split level, like I said. I'm trying to get to the exterior pictures. It's actually a dog in that crate right there. You probably can't see him in the picture, but there's a dog, and he was barking when we first got there. Then he said, "Oh, I guess these guys ain't gonna rob us," so he's okay. Exterior pictures. Oh yeah, there's a lot of antiques in this house too, man. I'm like, man, what are y'all gonna do with all this stuff? I mean, I don't really want it, but I'm like, man, I just hate to see it get thrown out in the trash.
That house straight from the 60s.
Oh yeah, it's a throwback. That tub and had it. As I said, that's that mold. You can really see that mold up in there. Good night.
Damn.
Go on in there and breathe in a little bit and see how your nose feel. Kitchen, double sink, but all this can be, well, you could probably get away with countertops. I don't know what you could do. Take that all down. I don't know. That's a lot of stuff you can do with that house, but it definitely needs a full reno. Dining room, hallway. Look at that stain on the floor. That's a clean floor. When you want to like walk on there barefooted.
Hell no.
Your feet will be black. Justin, go on and walk on that floor right there. I was trying to get to the exterior. Why are these interior pictures? Here we go. Outside. Nope. Inside. Oh, he got this other thing too, which is kind of weird. This big jade ship. It's 2 of these in this house. This one, and then the other room next door is one even bigger than this. It's like some kind of battleship or something. I don't know. A Chinese jade ship. They ain't cheap. I know that. Keep going, keep going, keep going. There's our puppy. You can see him in that picture. He's just sitting there obedient. And it's stinking there. Like I say, you walk in, you can smell it like, But it ain't strong as that cat lady house. The cat stink more than the dog stink. Dang. That's the entry when you first come in the front door. Basement. So the whole basement is fully finished like this. It's like a split level. How many times are they gonna take that same picture? some of these pictures I took and somebody else took these other pictures and I added them to mine. That's why there's so many pictures in here. So here we go, some outside pictures. Like I said, it's a wraparound deck that goes around.
That's nice.
Yeah, I said this house got a lot of potential, but you're gonna spend that bread if you want to bring it up. That's just just so that's next door neighbor house. All the houses look good. This is the ugliest house in the neighborhood.
What you think the ARV on that one is?
About 400. They actually sell for more than 400 over there, but I'm thinking close to 400. I'm trying to get back to the exterior side. That's that ship I was just telling you about. A better picture of it. One of them, and there's one in the other room bigger than that. I looked it up online. It said $500. I said, dang. At some auction, it's probably worth more than that.
You gonna put that up in your Galleria?
And it's the big one. I don't even know how you move this. How can you move this without breaking it? You grab one end and I'll grab the other. But this dresser here, that's Art Deco style. That can sell. There's a bunch of stuff in here that can go, but some stuff I just kind of leave it alone. I'm trying to get to the exteriors again. Floors, as you can tell, like I said, these whole bathrooms, this is the main level bathroom. You got these big old antique buffet things. I'm like, man, that's huge. Nominal value in my mind, but a lot of that stuff ended up going straight in the dumpster. It's sad. So here we go. We got a old fridge, old washer, old dryer, old furnace. I think the water heater was newer. That's a better picture of up underneath that mold area that needs to be repaired, or a pipe bust. And this is a basement bedroom. So it's a 5-bedroom, 3-bath house, I believe. They look like a water bed, don't it? Yeah, that's a water bed, I think. I didn't really go in this room. I just took a picture because, who wants to walk in there? Matter of fact, that right there matches that dresser that's upstairs, now that I see. Now that I'm looking at it again. Junk.
Why is everything in such disarray?
I guess because they was looking for all the guns to pull out of there. So the family got all the stuff valuable out because they selling it as is.
Did the owner of the property pass away?
No, he just got put in a nursing home.
Oh.
So they're just trying to sell this property. There's our old furnace. He's just trying to sell this property so that they can basically pay for his nursing home. Old water heater that need to be replaced. That's very old, no expansion tank. And it's actually probably too small for the house. It's like 25 gallon or something.
It's crazy.
And like I said, you got all these old antique photos here. I was trying to get back to the outside, but boy, this is the garage. Okay, so it's a 2-car garage. This car is something special too. I don't know I gotta ask them what they're gonna do about these cars.
Ooh,
because I don't think
a Mustang or a Corvette.
I think it's a 1940 Corvette, I believe. I don't know, 40s, I believe. Convertible, probably run good. Probably don't run at all, but somebody wants that, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Do the cars come with the house? Wait a minute, I might have to take it down just for the cars and then come back and sell the house. This will be a good hotel deal. Take it down and put it back up. AC, the AC condenser unit looks good, and now we're getting it back into the exterior. Now you ready for the real money you're gonna have to spend? The pool. That's right, it got a pool, and it ain't never cheap dealing with the pool. But as you can see here, this that wraparound deck that goes around from that dining room all the way around the back of the house. That whole thing probably gonna have to be replaced. Then that pool is like maybe a 14-foot deep. As you can tell, that's been very neglected. It's probably gonna have to be filled in or demolished, which is, they say, it's about $20,000 just to do something like that. I'm not a pool expert. I don't think this pool can be brought back to life. More of the back porch area. There's some water. Would you jump in that water for $1 million?
For $1 million?
I'm going.
Look at her. Look at Taraya. She said, hell yeah.
Should have wash off. Wash off like a motherfucker. I be in worse shit at work than that.
No, you got to jump in with just boxing shorts on.
I'm going in Chris head first.
When you get into stuff like that, it has brain eating aminos in it. So as soon as you enter it, that shit shoot right up your nose into your brain, and it is a 99% chance that
Oh
you
my
better
God.
I'm going.
not.
Look at my guy, Mike.
Don't put my face in it.
He's talking about some absolutely.
Look,
jump
I'm going in it. It's a yes for me, dog.
I'm $1 million up.
1M.
1M. I'm taking it, and I'm gonna be alive when it's over.
Good.
And that's a nice size pool, as you can say. This is like, I don't want to say Olympic, but I mean that thing, I don't know, 40 feet or something. That's like a football field almost, or at least a half a football field. Not a short one.
Would you jump in there for 1M, Chris? I
No.
know that's just lunch money for you.
Mhm.
I ain't
Yeah, I
walking
need-
close to it, hell.
I need that million more than you do, so I'm gonna risk it.
But you got to get all the way in and submerged, like under it. Like you got to
Yes.
go there.
Oh, okay.
I'm going.
Know about
In
that.
10 seconds. Hold your breath for 10 seconds. Every second is $10,000. No, wait a minute.
100 grand. Yeah, I'm gonna be under there for
$100,000
longer.
per second, and you're gonna be under that mud trying your best.
Hmm.
Just tank water.
So get out the mud like
Right.
You're gonna literally get it out the mud.
Yeah, I just send that bread back to my family. Be all right.
So
that's
yeah, that's
right,
that
right in the stock market.
Yeah, so that particular property, we sent it out. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, this house here. So this property, so they had one sold for 601 back in May. Another one sold for 400 back in May, and another one sold for 390. So that's why I said it's probably worth about 400,000. So we put it out at 225, see what kind of interest we get. Just sent it out Friday. Some people gonna probably trying to see it tomorrow because a lot of people that work real estate think they're gonna work banker's hours and figure it out. I'll share this tab instead. Maybe I gotta share the right tab. This one. So yeah, in-ground pool may need to be filled. It definitely needs to be filled. So yeah. One sold for 601, one sold for 400, and one sold for. I saw some selling for more, but I was like, them got a little bit more square footage, even though you could add square footage to a house, to be honest, because it's the area is good enough to do it. And in reality, if it really was that bad, you could demolish it and rebuild and make it worth 600,000 or something. But that's a whole nother rabbit hole right there. So we're gonna try to send it out at this 225 mark and see what we can get for it. Any questions about that?
What's the motivation? I know the seller is in the nursing home now. What's the motivation for him to sell now?
Because he can't afford it. Well, not even that he can't afford it. He can't. He's too old. He can't deal with. That's a house. One man and his dog trying to deal with that big old house, big old pool, is neglected, cars everywhere, trash everywhere, stuff everywhere. Why would I want to live up in that? So the family removed him, put him into the home, and selling the property. They got power of attorney, everything ready to go. And we ready to go too. All we gotta do is lock in a buyer. I wouldn't take on a project this big myself though.
That looked like a lot of work. That's over 100 grand in repairs right there for easily.
Yeah, probably about 120, 130, depending on what you do with it. It could be more for real. When you start opening walls and stuff, it could be a whole lot more. Choli Munga says, how do you find leads? I work a 9 to 5. How do you find leads, Justin?
Walk your neighborhood.
Ooh. Walk your neighborhood. So not driving for dollars. We're talking about walking for dollars. How would you find some leads, Art?
Man, if I'm just getting going, bandit signs.
So like that right there to say sell your house for full price and let people call it?
Bandit signs.
Bandit signs. Why do they call them bandit signs?
Probably because they're illegal.
They're usually illegal. That's
Or the way
correct.
we're using them, we're legally using them. I found out that the city called me one time and it was like, you're supposed to put these on easements. I'm like, what is an easement? So I found out that day.
Yeah, you have to put them on the shared property.
What the fuck is an easement?
It's like the little part of the grass that's like the close to the curb and all of that. Like,
Where you've been putting your signs,
Oh, okay.
not on someone's yard.
Oh, okay. Not on private property. I get it.
I be putting mines up on stop signs and stuff. I want people to pull up to the stop sign.
No, that's illegal, sir.
Yeah, that's what I think they call bandit signs. I'm definitely using them like a bandit.
Yeah, that's government property right there. I'm surprised they ain't write you a ticket.
Boom. Easement. A right to cross or otherwise use someone else's land for a specific purpose. The state or feeling a comfort of peace. Easement. Oh, wow. You make me feel easement. Is that how you would say that? That ain't the way to use it in that
I
second.
wouldn't think that's how to use it, but I guess.
Hey, baby, you make me feel easement. That ain't the right way to use it. So, yeah. An easement is a non-possessory right to use or enter onto real property of another without possessing it. It is best typified in a way, the right of way of a landowner. A, may enjoy over the land of another. B.
So that picture in the top right corner, it shows lines going this way and some going this way. So the ones going that way, that's my understanding of an easement.
The sidewalk would be an easement, right? And the like anywhere where you're sharing it, because you can't get to, like, say if you can't get to another part of the property without going through somebody else's yard, that would be an easement. Or even where they put utility poles, all of that type of stuff, that would be an easement because they're sharing the land with you, even though they don't own it. They get to use your land for free and ain't nothing you can do about it. Ain't that messed up? We got no trespassing signs. You step on this land, we gonna have a problem. So that's what we got for that. So how do y'all find leads? We find leads a lot of ways. Cold call, text message. I tell people to, try to look at the foreclosures because there's so many people going in the foreclosure, losing their house to the bank. Some people don't even know that they have any options at all. You wouldn't believe how many people I've spoken to where they've told me, hey, I didn't think I had any options. I'm just going to let the bank have it. I ain't got no money, man. I can't do nothing. They just walk away. And sometimes it's really nice houses. And I'm like, sign it over to me. I don't know what to do with it. Here's a few ducats to put in your pocket. And, they go like that. Although I've also had people just give me their house for real. I think I've been given, I want to say 5 houses since I've been doing this, 5 or 6 houses, something like that, since 2018. Literally just say, here, you can have it. Take it. How many houses have you been given, Art?
That I closed on, 1 so far that I was giving no money down. I got another one under contract right now. I also had a lead today where the lady said she told the bank that the bank could just have the property, but this was like a lead. The family member was on a loan and the family member passed away and they don't want nothing to do with it. So I already tried to talk her up and see if I can do anything to make it worth her while. She told me no. So I'm gonna double back, check some numbers, and follow up with her and let her know, like, hey, it's some type of equity here. Might as well work it out.
So it's a deed in lieu of foreclosure. That's what she's trying to do. Is that correct?
She didn't mention that. All she told me is that she told the bank she don't want to deal with it. But all I know is when I pulled the pre-foreclosure list 2 weeks ago, this property popped up on it.
Yeah, that's what they call that, a deed in lieu of foreclosure, where you can just surrender it back to the bank. Y'all can have it, do whatever you want to with it. A lot of people do that. They just say, I ain't got no other options. Now, you said there's a deceased person on the loan, correct?
Correct.
Is that same deceased person on the deed?
I haven't looked into that too much. I just had that call like an hour ago, so I haven't been able to follow up on it just yet.
Because sometimes they can be on the loan and not on the deed. So, I will always look into that. It just depends because they might have co-signed or signed off with somebody to get them qualified and they don't even own the house. I see some crazy stuff out here like that in the world of real estate. Let's see. How else do you find leads? You said bandit signs, cold calling, text message, voicemail, ringless voicemail, I guess we should say. Another way is what, Justin? What's another way to find a lead?
You said besides bandit signs, you can run ads.
You can spend that money. You can always run some ads or pay for marketing, pay for systems and software.
Or go do a knock. Free.
They don't want free. They want to spend some money. Is that right, Sholey? If I'm saying that name correct? Want to go do it for free.
Charlie horse.
I've been at my house 12 months And I've literally seen 4 transactions on my street.
Because you're in one of the hottest zip codes in St. Louis. You know that, right? I'm dead serious. And when I say hottest zip codes, I'm talking about a high volume of cash transactions, whether that's flips, wholesales, etc. High volume of deals. That zip code and 63114. And I think it's another. I think I need to go check if I can to see which are the hottest zip codes, if that still stands. I know what they used to be, though, or what they have been in history. So
4 on one block in 1 year. That's definitely seemed like a hot area.
we had 3 on my block. We had 3 or 4 on my block. Matter of fact, one going right now. I just drove up and somebody about 4 houses down got a dumpster in their yard. I'm like, what you doing with that dumpster? I'd have took all this junk out of your house.
Well, we know you in a desirable area, Chris.
I know, but I ain't know they was gonna sell their house. I know they see me out here like, hey, what up, y'all? I want to put a sign in my yard. I'm gonna put that sign in my front yard. They can't tell me I can't put that sign in my yard, right?
I thought about doing that too. I know my neighbors gonna hate me because I'm the only. It's only a couple of us who even look like me over here. I know they gonna hate it.
Yeah, they don't like that. Don't be doing all that there, buddy.
Don't be showing up acting different.
Acting funny. So you just got possession of your house that you're closing on here soon, right, Justin?
Yep, I'm trying to try to see what I can do to try to get it rented out and stuff. So I've been marketing it and everything. I got the keys and stuff. I'm able to move in and out of it like I need to. It's just about finding a tenant buyer and stuff. So I put signs up in the neighborhood that I'm marketing and everything. I just took a $7,000 deposit on a house, and I'm gonna use that money to get one of the tenants out of the property as well. So I'm doing that, trying to transition, trying to make that move and stuff. I'm gonna use some of those funds to get the condo up to par and stuff. So I'm probably gonna try to market it maybe another 10 days. If I drop the money into it, we're probably just gonna Airbnb it out until we find a lease tenant buyer.
So let me ask you this, Justin. Before you laid your head on that pillow, did you post that thing on Zillow?
I did post that thing on Zillow.
Let me see it. I'm gonna pull it up.
On Zillow.
Zillow. I'm gonna see what it looked like.
You need me to text you the address?
Yeah. Or you can just tell me what it is. Whichever
yeah, I got you. The address for that particular property. Let's see.
So he got so many houses, he don't remember the addresses.
Ain't it? How many you got, Justin? Damn, let me get one.
Can I get a house?
Let me hold something, bro.
That property is 4934 West Florissant.
There it is. Wow, that looks great. Wow.
4934 West Florissant.
Mm-hmm.
It's on here, but it's not active. Hold on, let me share my screen again. It's on, but it ain't showing as active. Unless I did something wrong. Looks nice from a distance. Is this active?
Oh, that's curb appeal right there.
2 different listings. Somebody got a main listing, and then they got this. This is the one you put up. Okay. Wow. It still don't look bad though.
Yeah, those are my updated pictures and everything.
Okay. This man may have units for sale. So this here is what I need, I guess. This. Let's see what it looked like. Let's see them photos. Okay.
Justin, you be making it happen, bro.
Thank
You be making it happen, bro. Chris be like, do this, and then next thing you know, you'd already done it.
Gotta be quick if you want to beat Justin. So yeah, that carpet, you was right, Justin. That mud done had it.
Yeah, I had it clean 2 days in a row and stuff. And it don't really look no different and stuff. So
do it have a smell or anything or no?
No, it ain't got no smell. The lady wasn't no smoker or anything like that. That's actually pretty good condition if that's the original carpet to the house. So like I said, we had it, basically done twice already. My cousin, yeah.
So here's a suggestion for you. I don't know if you want to go this deep down the rabbit hole, but there are actual real carpet cleaning companies that had a truck to bring that big hose out. They can get those things out of that carpet.
You think so?
Yeah, but they're gonna charge you like $100 for 3 rooms or something like that.
Oh, that's a good price. That's better than when my cousin charged me.
Yeah,
But
you
they
can
got to
see
use
that.
not, the little hand one we use is cool, but they got a truck. They bring out a truck and they go like a big old hose they bring from outside, and that thing got a lot of power. It'll suck all that dirt out of it.
I'd rather do that than put the work, have that work put in, and then have them, us in there working for 2 weeks trying to get it done.
Man, it's not a bad looking house, actually. What's going on with this back here? Let me go back. What's this going on there?
I don't know. I was looking at it and stuff. I didn't know.
It's gonna be there when we get done. As long as it holds. So this is
I was thinking about throwing that tape up there and mudding over that.
Okay. Yeah, it's not a bad house. I mean, for the junk I've seen out here, I'm like, shit. Somebody be like, I'm moving in.
Right.
So what's this, upstairs or what is this?
Yeah, that's the upstairs. So all the bedrooms are upstairs, and full bath is upstairs.
Yeah, you can see where the bed was at even in this picture.
Yeah.
That must have been like a platform bed or something, because that might ain't been nothing underneath.
Yeah, I got all the stickers up off the doors and the refrigerator and stuff, and I just went through and just we've been putting a little bit of elbow grease in it, so I'm probably about $400 or $500 in.
So in this building, is 2 units, or what's in this building?
Is one side and is another side.
So it's an upstairs side. Oh, so both are stacked, like one side here,
Yep.
and one side.
Yep.
Oh, okay, cool. So they got a back porch off of theirs, but this one just got a.
Yeah. So that door down there, that's a part of my condo, and then the door in the middle is a part of the condo as well.
So all that go over there, and then somebody else who lives over here, a good neighbor or a bad neighbor?
I haven't even seen them since I've been there.
Okay, not a bad looking little building there. But yeah,
I think it'd do great as Airbnb, in my opinion, or a short-term rental.
yeah, until they change the rules, like they talking about doing, like they already tried to do in the city.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's what it is. You even already got the cleaning supplies there. You was ready.
Yeah, we've been cleaning it up and stuff. I bought some new eyes for the stove and stuff. Just a little simple shit.
What could you do with this house, Art?
Rent to own, baby.
You ain't even gonna think about it?
No, sir.
No brainer. Cool. Well, congratulations, Justin. You ain't messing around out here. You swinging and bucking and bucking and swinging.
Yes, sir. Right in the game.
Everybody else thinking about it. But what makes you just decide to take action? Because, that's something that a lot of people struggle with. What makes you just take action and don't worry about, I don't know all the answers before I take any steps?
I tend to put my back against the wall with things, and then that just kind of makes everything work out for me and stuff. It's probably not the best thing to do, honestly, but I just put my back to the wall. I'm like, I have to learn this and stuff, and I was out there. I already didn't have any problem like door knocking or anything like that. So, like you say, just go into action.
Take action and make
I ain't know nothing about none of this stuff, and I was getting people to sign contracts.
They be like, okay, I'll sign. Be like, you don't even know me from a can of paint. He don't know my name, and he finna sign this paper.
Man.
They be like, what's your company name? Where's your company? People be worried about all type of stuff for no reason, thinking that, I don't know the company. They don't know my website. You don't need none of that stuff. I mean, you can have it. There's nothing wrong with it, but I would say it's not necessarily required.
Mm-hmm.
People like to make excuses for why they're not taking action.
I definitely did my first few deals before I had anything set up. For sure.
Mm.
Wasn't you afraid, Art, when you started? Like, I don't want to put nothing out and they don't call me.
I was certainly afraid. Certainly. Just kept on. I did it anyway.
Do it scared. I wish I had my original calls from years ago when I first got on the phone, because I was just flowing with it. I ain't have nothing. I started making a script as I was going, like after doing some calls. Like, yeah, you want to sell? Yeah. How much you want? Oh, yeah. Tell me about this. Oh, yeah. Woo, 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 woo. And, everybody not going with no script. You thinking, oh, I got this script. It ain't going to work with every person, because some people know to break that up and don't let that happen.
That's how I came across you. I think you was posting some of your calls in Max Maxwell group back in like 19 or 20 back then. That's how I first came across you. And then like I ended up coming back across you on your YouTube, and I was like, wow, this guy's killing.
That's what got me kicked out of that group.
Posting calls?
Yeah, but I don't want you sharing nothing in there to take no heat away from them or something. I don't know. I know. It's just what I think. I don't know if that's the truth or not, but I know they booted me out that group. They said, oh, no, you can't be posting in here, man. You over here shining. Nah, we don't want that.
The first time I used black, Chris.
Oh, they know I'm black.
Yeah, some of them moderators are the same. Dude, I had ended up getting kicked out of that group too. And then only reason I got back in is because one of the moderators, her name was Alicia. She ended up being in this thing I was in with Tony the Closer. And then like I networked with her up in there. And then she just let me back in. But she kicked me out over something dumb, bro. I can't even remember.
She's the one who kicked you out too?
Yeah, Alicia.
Oh, not Alicia Renee.
Yeah, she been super cool with me since then. But I don't remember why I got kicked out. I must have violated something.
What group it was it?
Wholesale. Wholesaling Houses Elite. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Alicia Renee.
Shout out Alicia. Thanks for letting me back in, Alicia.
Out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Philly. What you gonna do? What they be saying up there? So cool. I got a little short video for you guys. Is it 7:30? I was past 7:30. I was gonna play this little short thing talking about Justin's favorite topic, evictions.
You silly.
Say, because just in case you got to get somebody out of one of these houses, this is going to show you why we do some of the things that we do to try to make this make sense. So I'm going to share this.
I think I'm about to have to get one out of there, Chris.
What?
One of my tenants.
All right. Tell me about it in a few seconds. We'll be right back after these messages.
Evicting a tenant can seem like a complicated process, but in this video, we'll quickly explain the eviction laws in Missouri and outline some simple steps that landlords can take to initiate an eviction. In this video, we'll talk about what the eviction process looks like, Missouri laws that determine how evictions are handled, and how to legally remove a non-compliant tenant from a property. Be sure to watch to the end of this video to find a link to a fillable eviction notice. First, what is an eviction? Eviction is the legal process required for removing a tenant. It's illegal for a landlord to change locks on a property or physically remove a tenant from that property. This is sometimes called a self-help eviction. If the tenant refuses to leave after violating the terms of a lease agreement, a landlord must seek an eviction from the court. Note that this is different from the simple termination of a lease. A landlord can opt not to renew a lease after a specified term has ended. There is no need to involve a court in this process. In Missouri, if a tenant fails to pay rent or breaches the terms of a lease in some other way, the landlord can issue what's known as a notice to quit. There are several versions of this form, and each applies to a specific situation. The first is the notice to quit for non-payment, which is also known as a demand for rent in Missouri. This form is used when a tenant fails to pay rent, and it warns the tenant to either pay or face immediate eviction. In many states, there is a set number of days that must pass before the landlord can bring an action, but in Missouri, the eviction process can be initiated immediately. State law is less strict with breaches of a lease agreement that aren't related to the payment of rent. These require a form called a 10-day notice to quit for non-compliance. Upon receiving this notice, the tenant must either fix the problem identified in the notice or face eviction. An example of a fixable breach is housing an unauthorized pet. There's also another form known as a 30-day notice to quit, which is used to end a month-to-month tenancy. Receiving this notice indicates to tenants that their lease will not be renewed and they have 30 days to move out. If the tenant does not comply with the terms of the notice to quit, the landlord is authorized to bring an eviction action. This begins with the filing of a form called a petition for rent and possession in the circuit court of the county where the property is located. It's worth noting that in Missouri, clerks of the court cannot help with the preparation of the forms. When someone files an action without an attorney, the court assumes that the person knows the procedures and rules. The petition must be signed in the presence of a notary public, and the fee to file it is $50. A copy of the petition must also be served on the tenant either by a process server or the court. If the landlord prefers for the court to serve the documents, then a motion for order to serve or post must be filled out and filed. The court will mail out a notice of the court date and time. Both parties must attend the hearing, which will determine whether or not the tenant agrees with the complaint. If the tenant does not appear in court, the tenant will enter a default judgment, which means that the court will rule in the landlord's favor. When the court issues a judgment, the tenant has 10 days to appeal it. If the tenant disputes the proceeding, the judge will set a trial date. If the court rules that the property should be returned to the landlord and the tenant refuses to move out, the landlord can apply for what's known as a writ of possession. Each circuit court has its own version of this form, and once signed, it authorizes the sheriff to remove the tenant and the tenant's possessions from the property. Eviction can be a complicated and challenging process, but from eviction notices to court documents, possessions from.
So there you have it. If you don't do what you're supposed to do, you won't get what you want to do. And this is just dealing with the state of Missouri. Other states may be something similar. Like in Indiana, you know anything about the Indiana evictions, Art?
Not yet, but I'm about to find out.
So as you see here in Missouri, it can be okay. But for people who know this game, how it's played, they can literally kick the can down the road for months and months and months and live up in your house while you playing this game. So that's why it's very important to begin the process immediately. Don't waste time. File it, pay the little $50, whatever they want you to pay, and get them up out of there. You cannot play games or try to go forcibly remove somebody out of a house, change their locks, turn off utilities, any of that type of stuff to try to get somebody out of a house. That is illegal, and you do not want to get caught up in the illegal part of the game. You want to be in the legal part of the game. Any questions, comments, concerns in regards to that particular video?
It's interesting.
You gonna put somebody out by force, Justin?
It depends on the situation.
Oh my God. He said he don't care. He don't do what he do best. So this comes back to why I'm always talking about getting big chunks of money from people up front. Because say if I do have to go fight somebody with this, I got the money to do it with their money, not out of my own pocket. Because you can literally be out of a couple $1,000s messing with this stuff. Because I'm talking about the time that's going by, you still might have an underlying mortgage payment on that particular property while somebody's playing no rent games in your property. So I would prefer them to just move out and not go through a whole bunch of problems. But when push comes to shove, once you got your court order, once you got your writ of possession, you can have the sheriff come, and you got to schedule that even with the sheriff. And I even say bring a locksmith too, a locksmith and the sheriff with you to the property on the day of eviction day and set all that crap on the curb and tell them they got to hit the curb.
So Chris, how soon are you going to, or do you go out the gate as your strategy to just offer them money? Hey, I got $1,000 for you to move out today.
I try to understand them just like anything else we do. First step is understand why are you not paying. My first thing is usually say, hey, you know what? I understand if you can't afford it. What we'll do if you move out in the next 10 days, we won't put any paperwork on you so that you don't have no evictions on your record. And if you move out within the next 10 days, we'll just call it no harm, no foul if you move out, or 7 days or something to that effect. Whatever we can, depending on their situation. I try to get them out on their own. Now, if they can't move or something, that's something different. I might escalate it. But step one is find out what's their situation. Step two is, hey, here's a remedy to help you overcome that situation without going through this long legal process.
Right.
Now, we got non-compliant tenants. We go straight to the attorney. I don't even talk to them no more. I'm sending it to the attorney. He's filing all this. They do the serving. They go do all of this stuff. They serve them. They do the court proceedings, everything. I don't even show up. All I get to do is see the paperwork as they go through the process. or see that, hey, they got a default judgment and they did not show up to court for their lease. So they must get up out of here.
Mm.
So this game is wide open for those who see it and know it. But a tenant on the other side can definitely play games and have you, live up in your house 3 to 6 months while you got to figure it out. That's why you have to understand the proper process to get them up out of there. But we usually don't have these problems where somebody dropped $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 down. But you can, it's still people. People are complex, but real estate is a lot easier. It's the people that makes it hard. Any other thoughts, questions, comments, concerns on eviction? Art gonna be evicting people left and right. Like, man, I don't care what y'all say. You got to get about my house.
Hey, if you want to stay, you gotta pay.
If you can't pay, you definitely can't stay.
That boy Ray need to be on this call right now. I don't know if he on this call. Ray he should definitely be on this call.
Why you say that?
I ain't gonna go into it. You silly, Chris.
Well, if you got to do an eviction, do it the right way. That's all I can tell anybody who's doing it.
I guess this thing is about stories, right? So I told, Ray said you on her. So I made a mistake. I take full responsibility. I told Ray, I say, basically, I tried to save him some money or whatever. And in trying to save him some money, I told him that, hey, just go ahead and file a restraining order against your tenant and then call the police and have the police serve them on your way back to the house. And, I made the mistake of informing him to do this. But I think the police was already aware of who he was and, everything like that. But when he got there, they actually served him like they was, like they were supposed to. But they told him he can't return back to the house. It's crazy.
Well, the catch to that is I would have never been there. I would let the police go do that, but I wouldn't be there to see the police at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't want to have interactions with the police, just to be personally, perfectly honest with you. There's no reason to on something like that. Go do your business. I just get paperwork back. There's no reason for me to be there. Because what I'm going to do, make them leave right now? Or I'm going to say, see, I told you the police here now. And ain't, what I'm going to do. I have no purpose to be there. I'm sending the sheriff, sending the police. What I'm going to do? What value do I add by being there?
See, Ray. The difference with Ray is he had his staff fully ready to go, so he was ready to board up the house and all kind of stuff. So,
but as you see from that little short 4-minute video, all of that takes more time than that, my man. It all starts first with paperwork to make the paperwork, filing fees. Then they got to go court date, and if they don't go to court date, they get a default judgment, or if they do go to court, they get a judgment right then and there. And then you got to still file to get possession after you get the judgment in your favor. So, this can be months. This ain't no short thing. This is why it's very important to understand the rules in your jurisdiction where you call yourself doing real estate. Understand what is the play to get them out of there. Do you want to do that whole play? Do you want to negotiate and make a deal? I always say to try to make a deal first before I get extra people involved. Because all these extra people involved mean one thing. And what does that mean? More money. Going to them. More money. And I don't want to give them no money. So I'd rather keep it all in-house, work a deal. Hey, man. Matter of fact, this house I live in, I had to take this house back. He was here for 1.5 years. He wasn't paying no more. I said, hey, man, you can just move out. We'll just call it even. And he moved out. And I came and cleaned this mug up, freshly painted it. I said, well, I spent all this money on it. I'm moving in this house myself. Hell no. So that's what I did.
Ray said he out of $700 with my plan.
How is he out of anything? He's not out of anything. They started the process, correct?
My thing was I told him to do what I told him to do because it was free. I don't know nothing about him. He did some other stuff that I ain't consult. I ain't, say all that. I said, do this because it's free.
Yeah. We ain't doing stuff to
They pay for a dumpster. He's like, I'll go there. I go in there and just kill dude. I ain't gonna lie. I just go in there and just take his life. That's it.
Get out my house.
You don't want to get out?
That's it.
What the?
Go in there with that thing and get him up out of there. He gonna leave.
Wow.
We gonna hold him. And we ain't gonna let him get to anything. Gonna hold him down. We in the hood too. Yeah, let's do it.
Gonna come up missing. Come up by you. That's
Man,
messed up.
I got some guys who make some phone calls to get him taken care
I
of.
got a guy owe me a favor. Hey man, I'm having a little problem over here. One of these houses, man. I need you to go and take care.
They'd be at 2:00 in the morning.
Just wipe out the whole family.
As soon as he lay his head on that pillow,
It's getting listed on Zillow.
simultaneously.
Taking a dirt nap over $1,000.
Yeah.
and look, they gonna come in for questioning. It's deeper than $1,000.
He disrespected me, man. He stepped on my shoe.
Oh man. I'm telling Ray, get on the call, man. Go ahead and jump on and tell your story. We gotta hear it.
Yeah, hit the link that's pinned to the top of the chat if you are watching on the link there, Ray. Because we got to hear this from the horse's mouth. Because, you know, everything else is hearsay.
Growing up in Gary, man, I realized, man, people are willing to do anything over everything, man. Can't be playing with people.
Yeah, I see them zeros right there, man. Yeah,
What is that?
Them zeros, man.
Oh, no.
See, Justin, this is what I was saying. This is how you know when somebody really closed the deal, bro.
Exactly. I can't show y'all nothing, man, because you know it's a
Top secret
secret.
deal.
What's the secret, dude? It's either they on the contract or they not on the contract.
I talk to
We
you
go
about
right
it.
here.
What's
All
going
right.
on, Ray? How you doing,
Hey,
man?
what's up, guys? How y'all doing, man?
Ray,
You know
don't
how
do
it
it,
is.
bro.
Another day in the STL.
But I didn't want to get on here and tell the story, brother. I'm
So
hurt
you
at
got-
this point.
Before you get deep into the story, where is the lease at?
Man, from me doing these boarding houses, I typically found that it's harder to get them out there when I give them a lease than when I don't. So I had stopped giving leases.
So then it's not even a tenant then.
He got, no, not really. He got rent receipts, though, because I do the square to collect the payments. So he get rent receipts.
Them donations.
Yeah. I wish the police would have seen it that way.
Well, the police is not the decider of this, though. The police just there to enforce the law. They're not there to decide who's right or wrong or how you collecting payments and dealing with it. That's a civil matter. That has nothing to do with the police whatsoever.
Man, when I got there and, basically filed for the eviction, when the police got there, they basically said, man, why are you always having problems? It's the same building. I don't know why. What's up with that building? People don't be wanting to pay after a while.
Now look,
But,
Ray didn't tell me his reputation over there. Now
Man, there ain't no reputation.
Yeah,
It's just people don't be wanting to pay. So I done tried to get people out of there multiple times. I done boarded the house up a couple of times. I done did everything but what Justin just said. I ain't unalive nobody, but I was tempted. Man. And this particular guy, man, it's just been a headache, bro. So yeah, I'm definitely just going with the eviction moving forward.
Yeah, but I mean, but in reality though, he's like a squatter. I don't really see him as a tenant still, because if you don't have an actual lease, he's not a tenant.
Right.
He's a squatter. He needs to move out.
And the police was on some different stuff yesterday. They was like, yeah, we've been over here multiple times. You filing for the restraining order. You can't come over here no more until y'all figure this out in court.
What you need though is not necessarily a restraining order. You need an unlawful detainer.
Mm.
That's what you need, because that's not the right way to do that.
Yeah, I wish we'd have talked about this last week.
Yeah.
I'd be 2 steps ahead. I had a dumpster dropped off over there. I was ready to clear the whole building out.
Yeah, you got to get them
I
out.
ain't telling them do none of that, y'all, by the way.
Here you go. And in Missouri, an unlawful detainer is the legal process a landlord uses to evict a tenant or occupant who remains in a property after their right to possess has ended. This legal action is governed by that statute. It occurs when a person refuses to leave a property after their lease expires, their tenancy is terminated, or they have been given formal demand for possession.
Mm.
So this is what they do when they foreclose on people and they still live in the house, and the bank take a house or somebody buy it a third party, they got to go through this process to get them out, because they're not really a tenant. They're just occupying a property. They got to get up out of there. So that's the process you need. He don't have a lease, so there is no tenancy. You need an unlawful detainer.
Okay.
What about Chris? If this dude is violent or whatever, and he done shot people, that don't make a difference.
None of that has nothing to do with nothing. That's why you get the authorities involved, not necessarily the police. At this point, that's you do the unlawful detainer, and you have the sheriff go remove them people, not the police. This is a sheriff duty.
That's without due process? Is that without due process?
No, that's with their process. You're going through the process. Unlawful detainer, file for it, pay the little $50, let it come up, and then let them go remove the occupants and their stuff out of your house. That's it. They don't have a lease. That's why I say we keep making this person a tenant when they're not a tenant. I'm not giving them that power. Tenants got rights. He ain't got no rights. He just a dude in my house.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? That's why this legal stuff makes a difference. Not to say this is not an attorney. I'm not an attorney spokesperson, and this is not legal advice, but this is just really how it really works. Where's Taraya at? Where is our resident attorney when we need her? She done ran upstairs somewhere. But yeah, this is what it comes down to, and it even says it on here. The foreclosure, they do it after that. The new owner come in there and get them out of there. Wrongful possession. Basically, this is what you got right here. Wrongful possession. A person who wrongfully obtains and continues to hold possession of a property without force, refusing to leave after a written demand. So you have to do a written demand. The police don't have nothing to do with this. That's why I
already did that.
So then did they do a court hearing or do anything beyond that?
No, I did a demand of, vacate the property or pay past rents type ordeal. Sent them a certified letter.
Certified letter. Okay, that's what I was going to say. Did he get a certified letter? Because I had to do that to get somebody out of a house before too. Even though they was out of a house, I just had to go through the process because I was selling a property, and I wanted to make sure they didn't come back and be like, "Hey, I'm still living here." No, sir. We already went through the process. You're done. So that's what you got there.
So you say this is the best route, unlawful detainer. You say it's $50 to file. How long of a process is this?
I'm not sure what it costs per se, but I know that's the proper process because they're not a tenant. You're not dealing with a tenant. He don't have a lease. If he got a lease, he's a tenant. He ain't got no lease. He's not a tenant. So I don't want to. If I give them the rank of tenant, I just gave him power that I wasn't supposed to give him. I don't want to give him power.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, make complete sense.
Man, Ray, I can make a phone call, get him out of there about 2 a.m. this morning.
Yeah. I've had plenty of people offer me that, Justin. It's cheaper to just evict.
I got all he wanted. All he wants is Popeye.
Shit, just last weekend, man, one of my friends so serious about it, he went over there, act like he was looking for me, had the dude come to the door, call me from the dude phone. Like, man, I'm just letting you know, man, if you want me to handle this. I'm like, bro, please stand down, brother, please.
You gotta do the Trump. Stand down and stand down.
Please stand down.
For real, bro.
I got somebody go over there for a Popeye's dinner.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's all it costs these days. Good night. That's less than the $40 you get for the
A brother life ain't worth more than an eviction, man. Shoot, I'm like, this is crazy out here.
Nah, it's his choice to live.
You better quit playing around, man.
Yeah, that part.
Can't be living for free. They already know that.
Man, it's crazy, bro.
So that's the process I would go,
Ray.
Ray. because they're not a tenant. I don't want to give them the rank of tenant because now
Okay.
we fighting a different type of fight if we do that. See, that's
Right.
why people be saying get attorneys on this stuff. That's exactly why they say, because we will go down a rabbit hole we shouldn't have never been down to begin with. We went through the process properly from the beginning. Say, where's the lease? Nobody got a lease. They just unlawful detainer. Get them up out of there. That's a squatter. I don't know who that is.
Now I'm wondering what I'm gonna do about this September 17th court situation on the eviction. Do I just not show up, or what? What do I do about?
Show up. You have to show up. Somebody, your representative, you or your attorney needs to show up for sure, because you're going to get a default judgment if he don't show up. Now you got the paperwork to go file to get the sheriff to come get him up out of there. So you have to go through this process. Did you see the video I put up?
Some of it. I was in and out.
It was only 4 minutes, so I mean, it's a short video that was breaking.
I caught the end of it.
I'm gonna put it in the chat for you here, so you can watch it at your leisure. It's only 4 minutes, but it just gives you an overview. It's not legal advice or anything like that, but just gives you the step-by-step process that you got to go through. And that's why, it's a fight. They can literally stay in your house for several months while you're doing this. That's why to do it properly from the beginning, because now it's like your clock got to start from when to do. But if they do say he has a, because that's what they're going to say when you go to your hearing. They're going to say, where your paperwork at? Your paperwork should precede you in court anyway. You should already have paperwork there. Did you turn in a lease or something like that, or no?
You say what now?
Did you turn in a lease when you turned in your court documents?
No.
So
I just filed eviction based on him being he actually shot one of the other tenants in the leg. I've had to move the other tenant out the building. The other tenant that was there, of course, left because of unsafe environment. I just told the brother, look, just go on leave, man. Ain't nobody trying to press charges, because the guy he shot don't want to press charges.
Man, get him to file a restraining order.
Or not even that. That's when the police should have got involved when he shot him. That was his eviction. Go to jail. Do not pay. Do not collect $200.
The other guy don't want to. He don't want to say nothing.
He don't have to say nothing. The state will pick it up.
Oh, okay. But
see, this is all after the fact now. See, if I knew this stuff earlier, I could give some insight on how to handle it. But I don't know, man. This is a rabbit hole.
It's a rabbit hole, huh?
At this point. But it can all be overcome. If you already got a court date in a week or in 10 days, go to the court date, let them do the default judgment, because he's not going to show up. And even if he does show up, where's his legal standing? Where your lease at?
Right.
What does it say? So that also brings me to when y'all writing up your leases, make sure to put in there somewhere or add an addendum or something stating that the tenant is responsible for all legal fees and expenses. The tenant is responsible for it. So say if you did get a judgment where he owed you money or something, you want the judgment to cover his back rent, his late fees, and any legal fees associated with the eviction process for being late or for whatever he did. You want to always have that in your leases if you are writing up leases. Did you put that in yours, Art?
I gotta double check that, to be honest. I got whatever paperwork I got from you from a few years ago. That's the one I'm using. I don't know if that's in there or not. I gotta check.
So this is an addendum. I added it in because you want to have a catch-all to say, hey, if it ain't in this lease, let me add this. If it ain't in this lease, let me show you I'm a beast.
Yeah, I'm taking notes on that for sure. I definitely seen that in some of this paperwork. I don't know if that's in the rent, the lease, and the option or not.
I'm trying to find one that's got some of this information on here. Let's see here. But yeah, that's what I would say, Ray. Is go to court, go through the rest of the process. And
so you're saying go file the eviction or the...
No,
all I got right now is a restraining order.
Well, what are you going to court for?
On a restraining order, they gave me a court date.
Oh, that's something else then. That ain't got nothing to do with them getting out your house then.
Right. That's why I was like, should I even show up for that?
Ain't no need to show up. Don't even show up to that.
Yeah, I thought you said that was for an eviction, Ray.
Nah. Gonna file the eviction tomorrow. This all happened Friday.
Damn. That quick?
Yeah. I had the doggone dumpster dropped off. Had a crew of guys over there. You know, these guys have been junking the crib up. They had trash all outside.
They
So
live
shoot, they had just filled the dumpster up with just the stuff that was outside.
they over there living their best life, huh?
Man, look at Justin. Leave me alone, Justin. You already got me in trouble.
Don't take no advice from somebody with initials JH.
Bro went ghost.
No, man. Right
So
across
this
the
is
neck.
what is this? This is an old lease from back in the day. Let me share this.
Justin, you dumb, bro.
Hey, man, sometimes it's
Gotta-
whatever. Chris, you say whatever it take, right?
No, I did not say nothing.
Penitentiary rules in effect.
So this is something that I put on the addendum, something to this effect. You can screenshot that, Art, if you want.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get that real quick.
Basically, this is an addendum to the lease that we already got. We add this at, if it's not already in your lease, I add this because I was being lazy. I didn't want to make a new document. So I just added this addendum. In the event the tenant/buyer is late with monthly payments past 6 days, tenant agrees to pay late fees as well as any legal fees associated with the eviction filings or other legal proceeding costs incurred by the landlord. These costs must be paid in full to bring the account current with the landlord/seller. And then when these lease options, I also have this in there. Landlord, even though it says it in the lease, I put it in here again just to make sure there's no confusion for later. Because, people get amnesia like, oh, I ain't know it meant that. I ain't know. Landlord/seller will not be responsible for any maintenance repairs of this property during the terms of this agreement unless noted below in special requirements section. Also, here's a good one too, Art. You got to have this in yours. All occupancy permits, code, and ordinances of the jurisdiction this property is located must be followed by the tenant/buyer and are the sole responsibility of the tenant/buyer. Meaning, I'm not going to get you to pass no code, no occupancy, no go get the leaky faucet fixed, whatever. It's all your baby when you take it from me. Very clear.
That's a good addendum.
Heck yeah, it is.
Chris, how often do you go through your paperwork? And just review it and add and subtract, or do you just proactively do it as things come to your mind, or certain, what I'm saying?
Well, this is something. This was back in 2020, so this was signed back May of this house. I think this is the house that burned down. Let me see, what house is this? Yeah, this is the house that burned down. Oh, y'all want to know a secret too? I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. Y'all see right here where it say 9,000?
Yeah.
He really gave me 10,000. That's messed up, ain't it? And then the house burnt down. So yeah, that's crazy.
What was the difference? Oh, what made you do that?
I don't know. He gave me 10,000, but the paperwork said 9.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's some
Didn't matter.
in.
I got an extra $1,000. He can't count because he had it already in the envelope. I was like, there's an extra $1,000 in here. Bless his heart. But that's a little secret I'll tell y'all from something back in 2020. This is right after the pandemic started. Yeah, because that was what? April. Yeah, so that's cool. That's what we got for that. Any questions about the lease or any of that there before we get ready to land this thing?
No, I don't got no questions. This was definitely good info.
That's why we keep that paperwork to make the paperwork. And so that's the document there that y'all just saw. I docu-signed it and I sent it to the attorney and he prints it out and have them sign on their side. That's why this one isn't signed. But the one that I got, that's the original in my fireproof safe with all my important documents. That was the one he signed.
So you use an attorney for your evictions?
Everything I do is through an attorney. I don't do nothing without no attorney because I don't want to be responsible. I don't want to be the face of it. I'm not going to go argue with nobody about this stuff. Hey,
right.
Man, if you want to get out, man, send them people on, dog. I'm going back to sleep. I ain't even thinking about it. And matter of fact, we've had to do 3, I believe, since I've been doing real estate. So not bad for a 6-year stint. Yeah, did I just hit it? Yeah, no, 7-year now. August of 2018. This is 2025. So yeah, 7 years. 7 years a slave. So hopefully everybody got a little something today before we land this plane. Mr. Birthday Guy, Justin, what have you learned today, Justin?
What I've learned today, I would say I learned about the eviction process and stuff. I've learned that there are different ways and to go about evictions and everything. I can't see myself being in a situation with the way I'm doing it, to have to like, do certain things or whatever. But I will say that, it's all good information to know because the way you file it is important and stuff. So that's what I'll say. And, I owe Ray, what I'm saying? I take responsibility. We're gonna clean that up tomorrow though, Ray. Don't worry, I got you. I got your back. Like,
It's all good, bro.
by the way, I just got
It's all lessons, man. It's all lessons. Lessons for me, man, too. To stop trying to evict people in the manner in which I have been.
Yeah, right.
Because I ain't gonna lie to you. Usually when people go to work, I send those guys in there, and before they get back, they stuff be on the porch and new locks. So that's what the police was talking about. Because they done said I had the police called on me multiple times because that's usually my process. And then typically when they start calling me, I just tell the police pretty much F y'all, which means land to be in jail a couple of times. So yeah, man, I just need to save time and money and just do it the right way.
So here I'm going to help you out, Ray. I got a nugget for you. You ready for a nugget?
Yep.
I wouldn't even be doing no leases, no way. What I would create is a membership. And if you are in a membership of our group, whatever you want to call it, the Ray Family Membership, your membership comes with a stay at our home, at our family home. And they pay dues, but they're not on a lease. A membership, but they get to stay in your house being a member.
That's pretty cool.
What's the benefits of doing that?
You're not on a lease. We don't want to give a person power being a tenant.
We don't want to give them a lease, right? Okay.
Especially for what you're doing for sharing rooms and all of that stuff. I don't want to give them the power of being a tenant.
Right.
Because now they got
rights.
Right. This is my home. I opened up my home to my members. You can stay here, and it's on a weekly basis, and it costs this much or whatever. This is your dues to the membership, and your membership includes a room in our home, in our family home. Something to that effect. But you can get down in the nitty gritty with that. But just to give you an overview, I would not be putting nobody on leases, especially not renting rooms like that. Nope.
Right. No, I like that.
Look into a company called Pad Split. They're not here in St. Louis, but they do something kind of similar to that.
So if the people come to your house and you running a boarding house and you like, these are my members, you telling me that's going?
Who? What do you mean? Telling who that's your members? Who would you be telling this to?
The city.
As long as you got occupancy and they say you can stay, why not?
Interesting.
I mean, all of this stuff is up for challenge. These are members of the Ray Joy family. We're here. We can stay a week. Your membership includes a week stay, and it automatically reduces every week. But you got to set all this up proper. I'm just saying these are just some ideas to kind of get you off of that train of what you're doing there for renting rooms, specifically what I'm talking about now. Uh-oh, Ray got kicked out or left out or something. What about you, Mr. Art? What did you learn today?
I certainly learned about the eviction process. So I got it here in my notes to go and study the entire process for Indiana. There's definitely some good information that you shared with us.
And it's just to know it. It's not saying you even have to go through all of that, but just that you're aware that, hey, do I want to go down that rabbit hole? Because some places it's easy to do an eviction. And then some other places it's like, damn, man, eviction can be 6 months by itself. I don't want to evict. Try to evict somebody in California.
Yeah, so other landlords out here told me if you do everything correctly, you can get people out in about 15 days out here. So this is just a great reminder that I need to brush up on this whole thing and be prepared to move quickly if necessary. I actually got a tenant I need to get out.
There you go. So you can do that or do what I do. Hey, Mr. Attorney, here's a lease. Either have it on file or I send them, hey, here's the person. I need them evicted. They haven't paid. Here's the amounts they owe. He go file all the paperwork. Send me the bill. I don't do nothing. He do all the contact with them. He do the serving. They do all of that. I don't have to touch nothing. I ain't even talking to them no more. I'm done. Talk to the attorney. Now you can
something like that typically costs you.
It don't cost me anything up front because I have relationships with people. But it is going to be a bill.
Of course.
They're going to charge you their hourly rate, $300 an hour, or whatever it costs them. You might could get an attorney to do it for less. Depends on the situation. But I'm not doing, I mean, I would have rather spent $200 or $300 doing that than me getting in the middle of that, dealing with the police, all this.
Right.
I'm not doing all that. That's work.
Right. Yeah.
I'm trying to remove work off my back. I ain't looking for nothing to do.
Yeah.
So with that being said, Ray, what have you learned today?
To do it the right way, man. That's what I learned. It's easier just to do it with the lawyer. Just
So
like you just said. Because that's right up my alley because I didn't want to be involved.
Because they don't even charge me up front. Now, I don't know if they'll do that, with somebody else. I can't say that. But I know for me, they just send me the bill. But I've been working with them for years. I've closed 20 deals with them. So it's like just like when we send stuff to the title company for escrow. Some title companies be wanting you to pay that money for them running that title search. And then some title companies, like the ones I use, don't. I send some stuff over, and most of the stuff closed. Nothing I can do about it. But I'm not sending something that ain't closing. I know that.
Right.
So hopefully y'all got some good nuggets out of all of that. Any other questions before we land?
All good.
Well, don't forget, coming up in just a couple of days, right before your court date. Is it before or after your court date, Ray? We got a local real estate meetup. That's right, live belly to belly with the other investors. Who's that guy with that red sweater on up here? Book me, Justin, the birthday bar, and some more people. Where Bettina been at? I'm gonna call her.
I was thinking the same thing, man.
I'll call her right now. She lucky I'm getting off here. But yeah, that's our meetup that's coming up here Saturday, September 20th, right here in sunny St. Louis. Live and in person. Hope to see you there. And we'll chop it up, talk some real estate talk, do some networking and more. Other than that, we're gonna land this plane.
I'm gonna message Bettina and let her know that we really been missing her on training, and I hope to see her soon.
Yeah, you got to check on people because you never know what somebody going through, to be honest.
Yeah, that part.
Bettina got some money finna come to her, so she might want to find me soon. When this deal closed this week, I'm going to be sending her some money. So she might want to find me. It would be a good thing to keep a Chris Monroe in your call log because it's a money company.
From that probate deal?
Yeah.
Dang, that's what it's about. Hopefully she take it and don't hire a virtual assistant and get in this thing with her nose in it herself and see what she can do by herself before she go and automate and bring people on. That'd be a beautiful thing.
That's it. Real estate. So that's our saying for now. Don't wait to buy real estate. Buy real estate, then wait. Hopefully y'all have a good rest of the evening. Do what you do. Be who you be. And I'll see you before you see me. I don't know what you've been doing. You been asleep? Let me wake you up with something. Straight up. Yeah. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I'm Chris Monroe. R to the O-E. I flip houses, rent cars, and make money. You know I'm not no motherfucker dummy. This how we